Well, because our emotions are designed to move us, they can either help us or hinder us in different ways. Godly emotions, when we're acting consistent with God's Spirit in us, can move us to acts of kindness, forgiveness, compassion, gentleness, mercy, nurturing, all sorts of things. And we see that especially with Christ. Jesus himself was moved constantly by emotions. He was never surprised by them, he was never overwhelmed by them, and he was never moved to sin by them. And when we're following his example, when we're sensitive leading in the Spirit, our emotions can move us in those directions as well. Even emotions, for example, like anger, can actually move us to do right things. When we hear about things like trafficking of young women, that should create anger in us. And anger is an emotion designed for us to engage the world to change things that are not as they should be. And so we can see certain things that should incite righteous anger and move us to do things to secure justice and righteousness. The downside of emotions is, because of the fall, it has corrupted everything. Our thoughts, our emotions, and our will. And they don't work consistently in righteous ways. And so we can have emotions like jealousy, bitterness, anger, anxiety, worry, fear, bitterness. And we can do sinful things. We see a lot of examples in the Bible. For example, Joseph's brothers were jealous of Joseph, and they were moved to sell him into slavery. David saw Bathsheba. He felt sexual lust. He was moved to commit adultery. And the list goes on and on. So the real issue here is, how can we harness the power of our emotions? How can we learn to read them and use that power, almost like the wind in the sail of a sailboat? Wind can either capsize a sailboat or it can speed it to its destination. And emotions are the same thing. If we harness the power of emotions, they can move us to engage the world in very constructive ways. But if we're not mindful of that power, it can capsize our relationships.